Hi, art seekers. We are here in Brentwood with an artist that I really admire, with Hero. So excited to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you.
So how did you first start to see the street as your canvas?
I was really into graffiti when I was a little kid, like I'm talking elementary school, and that started it. I didn't do anything with it after high school, college, did like college, 2 jobs, and then I came back, played around with spray paint still, and then was challenged by an old friend of mine to go back to where I started from, because like the limited access to the artwork that was in the studio or in like the galleries was not representative of like my roots. So that's kind of where I came back from.
So when you were a kid, you just admired other people's graffiti, or did you actually
I did
do
graffiti.
some?
I did graffiti as well. It was completely under a different name. It was definitely more graffiti, definitely more like freestyle.
Then after you came back to street art and you chose the name The Forged Hero,
Yes.
and then you shortened it to Hero, how did you pick that moniker and what does that mean to you?
I was playing around with like the Forged Hero because that was still kind of the same idea as like leaving just hero, like he might be a hero or he's a menace and he's calling himself a hero. So Forged Hero in my mind was someone who is either forged like you forge steel, or forged like you forge a signature. And so for me, it was still had the option of like fake or real, and it really left the audience to decide like how they felt about me. I like the fact that it's open for interpretation. I think not all of my work should be praised by everybody walking by it. It doesn't leave as much conversation as if there are the people who think it's trash, because then there's a dialogue that's created.
How do you pick the subjects of your work? I know you cull a lot from popular culture.
When I went to college, it was a lot of art history. I was in film, but it was very artsy film, so we had to do just quarters and quarters of art history. And so coming back to art, I really was still influenced a lot by the old pop art icons. But I wanted to take it a little further and play with the idea of what it is to be a commodity, like more than just pop art, but like use these images and put them on top of like something that I try to include in a lot of my artwork that's pop is fabrics. So like Louis Vuitton prints, Coach prints, Gucci prints, and really turn whatever I'm doing into a commodity. Like recently I did a piece with ballerinas, and each ballerina had a different fabric for her dress, and it was just more of like tying a parallel to the commoditization of women. And so that's where I started to come back and really look at like who influenced me growing up, who's become a commodity now. I looked at Warhol's work, and he took icons of like his time period, and I wanted to take icons of my time period and really choose the images to show like show duality that was within them.
So of all of your work, which one is the most personally significant to you?
I did a piece for Father's Day. It's a little boy playing catch with just an empty glove. In my circle of friends, there's a lot of women that I know who are raising children by themselves, and like a lot of deadbeat dads out there, and it's not that the child's growing up because the father was taken away by illness or something like that. It was like the father chose not to be there, and it's an interesting thing to have to grow up with. And then you watch a day dedicated to celebrating what other people have and you don't. And it was really just like highlighting that. The Statue of Liberty that I did, holding like the security cameras, still today was something that was really important to me, that resonated with a lot of people and still resonates with a lot of people. And the original one that I did on canvas was done on like my phone records. It was definitely something that I've had an opinion about for a long time with like NSA and the Patriot Act, and it took me a while to express that. Finally, when I came to like how I wanted to image it, I was really proud of, and I knew it would resonate with other people, and I knew I wanted to go as bold with it as possible by putting it on my own phone records, because in my opinion they weren't secret anyways, so it didn't really matter what was out there. as an artist, I think from your own experience, I think it's really hard to pretend that you're someone else.
Which is funny because you all operate under street monikers.
Exactly. I think that is, it makes it easier when you have an alter ego to maybe say or create things that your I don't know, your Clark Kent wouldn't.